terms of international politics, you know,
Hmm.
you got Turkey to the north, and Jordan, which
You're
is
right.
also a Western surrogate, and so is northern Iraq, and you got the Saudi Arabians wishing to inflame a kind of Sunni solidarity, and of course, it's all under the umbrella of the Zionist-controlled NATO. But just give us
Yeah.
some insight into the Syrian perspective on the international conspiracy, if you like, the different forces at work.
Some of our people actually, and that's why we are actually, supporting the president, is because we understand all this is up to no good. All this is no good. We never trusted the Gulf Arabs. We never trusted the West, the NATO. I mean, when you see all these players and actually are teaming up to play into one team, you know it's bad. You know it's going to be bad. So that's why from the beginning, when we saw things in Tunisia and in Egypt, we understood that it's not a good thing. This Arab Spring is not going to do any good. That's why we're still fighting for the unity of Syria, for one standing Syria. And actually, what we cheer for in the pro-Assad rallies we go to, and I go to personally, is actually we call for Syrian unity. And one of the things we say is national unity for Sunnis, Muslims, Christians, Sunnis, and Shias and Alawites. That's what we cheer for. And actually, demonstrators against the government, they use all the sorts of extremist, anti-unity cheers. They cheer for Sunni supremacism. They cheer for Islamic State, for a Wahhabi state. I mean, Islamic State isn't as bad as a Wahhabi state, and you can look at Saudi Arabia, for example, and that's why we understood this thing, and we are against this so-called freedom.
It wasn't so long ago that Syria felt a part of the Arab world and the Arab League, and there was not the animosity towards the Gulf. Is that correct? I mean, there's been some kind of transition.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
Well, the Gulf was a friend of Syria at some point in time in the past.
If you look at it, they have never been friends of us. They have what you can say. They had interest inside Syria. They had tourist sites. They had resorts. They had what do you call them? Business inside Syria. They saw Syria as a business ground. And actually, what Bashar al Assad did as he came, Syria was a socialist country. He tried to regenerate our economy by making Syria a more open economy, and that by allowing strangers, foreigners, to open up their own businesses in Syria. And the rich Arabs, our kinfolks, they found Syria as a prosperous ground. They actually started a lot of projects in Syria. So that was what's the case. Never friends with them.
Interesting. You know, this whole problem possibly got a lot of power at the time of Hezbollah fighting with Israel. You know,
Yeah.
perhaps Israel just saw the support Syria had given Hezbollah, turned it into this fierce, ferocious fighting force, and said, well, what's the weakest link? You know, and maybe that has encouraged them to ferment trouble inside Syria and to break the link.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Our problems started first at the invasion of Iraq. Syria has never been friends with Saddam Hussein, and actually, as Syrians, we hate him. But then again, Iraq is an Arab country, is a neighbor country, and we respect the Iraqi people, and we never meant them any harm. So we oppose the invasion of Iraq. That was the first, milestone of our problems. The second one was the war on South Lebanon, and how Syria actually supported Hezbollah to the extreme. It supported with weapons, supported with shelters to the family. Actually, we received a lot of the Lebanese people in our country. Meanwhile, the Arabs were just watching the Gulf Arabs, and actually the thing that has started this rivalry between Arabs, Gulf Arabs and Syria was actually Bashar Al Assad's speech that he called them half men, and he insulted them. He just called them half men. That's the exact word he used.
Why did he say that?
Well, if you remember, Hosni Mubarak and King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia started a conference and called the Hezbollah war as the adventurers. So he has, so he responded them as half men, and I mean he is literally saying you are pussies, you know? Yeah,
So that really fermented trouble.
yeah. That's the what lit the fire.
I see. Very interesting. Well,
Hmm.
Israel's got everything it wanted so far. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might not get this one though. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Sh shall we sign off there and leave the viewers wanting more for next time?
Whatever. If you have any questions, let's just take it while we're at it.
Well, I don't really because you really answered. You really answered what I wanted to know.
Okay.
So I don't know where to go from here. That was very enlightening what you told us, and it all makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we will do it again once again
Thank,
sooner.
please, please, thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right.
Bye.